How's everybody doing? Back again with another episode of Until I'm Famous. And glad to be back. This is I'm recording this a little bit earlier than usual, so I think this is on a Sunday. I'm recording it. So glad to be back. I was really excited about the last episodes I've been putting out when I was able to interview certain people that I really enjoy talking to, and being able to have good conversations with those people. And I had chopped up one episode. One episode, so three pieces, because it was very long. Which is good, because if you're able to have a conversation for that long with somebody that you really enjoy speaking to, it's not a problem. I had the podcast I did. I think it was episode 10. It was long too, and I could have chopped that up, but I just said, I'm gonna put it all out and just see how that goes. And when I put it all out, I got a little feedback, where they was like, it was a little bit too long, but it wasn't bad. It's not like it was bad. It was just long, but I didn't mind it. I enjoyed the podcast. I thought the podcast was good. I thought, I was glad to have guests, that, and then be able to showcase their stories was amazing to me. Honestly, it was a really good thing to see, and just catch up with a lot of people that I really enjoy talking to. It was a good thing. I'm glad I'm able to do that. And I wasn't expecting. At first I had said I was gonna have a guest on to like because I didn't think I was gonna have a guest on, because after certain situations that came up, but I didn't think I was gonna have a guest on, because I didn't think it was just, I wanted to just be me. But I'm like, you know what, I want, all right, so me being me, who I am, right? I didn't get here all by myself. I had help, right? I had help, people who helped me, people, uh, put their little bitty inputs in, you know, uh, yeah, put their little bitty inputs in to help shape my mind, which I don't mind showcasing that. I'm glad you guys got to see two people that I really do enjoy talking to, two great people, great people that are great men individually. So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm honored. I'm honored that they even said yes to be on the podcast, because you know it makes you feel good when they go, "Oh yeah, of course." Like, oh, thank you. I mean, because you try to be the best person that you can be. You don't really know how people see you sometimes. You never really do know how people see you. You want them to see you in a good light. You don't want nobody to really see you in a bad light. But whenever people, honestly, like, the support is like, whenever you see the support, and I'm not one of those guys who I try to ask for support. I don't want that. I don't want to ask for support. I don't want to force myself on the people. I don't want to do that. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I can't do nothing about it. And whenever people go out their way to show support, it really, makes me feel emotional. you know, Once again, 2020 has been a worse year for me, because I've cried so much. Right. I'm not gonna cry at this, but I'm saying it. If I was a very emotional person, I would cry at this, because I be so happy sometimes when I see that support, because it's a good thing to see, especially when it's organic. I'm hoping, I'm hoping it's organic. So that's what. Nah, it's organic. I'm joking. It's organic. It's organic, and I love it. So whenever I get that kind of support, it makes me feel It makes me feel happy. So thanks to everybody that shows love and supports. It touches me, honestly. It really does. Because I'm not asking you guys to do it. I just do it anyway, and it really does touch me. So thank you guys, and that goes to everyone. I mean it. I would call out names, but no one wants to have their name called. So at least I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not gonna call out names, even though I want to. But I'm not gonna call out names. But thank you. You know. But so, um, I've been I've been okay lately. All right. I'm working at a new job. Uh, Trying to see how things go. When you start a new job, you gotta. It's an adjustment period, because especially getting over your last job. I'm just glad my job is not the same job I had last time. Cause my last job I didn't like. Uh, be honest with you, I didn't like that job at all. But this job isn't bad, you know. At least I don't think. I don't know. I feel like I'm just starting, so I really don't officially know what I what I really want to know. Like I really want to get to the nitty gritty of like what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I just work. I just do what they tell me to do. You know. Yeah, just do what they tell me to do, and that's just how having a job goes. I wish it was a point where you don't have to have a job, but you gotta take care of your business somehow. You have to, or if you don't, you're just gonna be homeless. And I can't have that happen. I got a podcast I gotta do every week. That is not an excuse. Like I don't even know what to talk about right now. It's like, cause it's like so much stuff that like I don't know what to talk about. It's like let me just look at my little list of things I should talk about, cause it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff I should talk about. But let me pick out which one. Okay, lately. All right, so I have this. I collect DVDs for some reason. We're not gonna get into why. But I collect a bunch of DVDs, and like so lately, I have been on a Cosby Show watching marathon, and I've just been watching the Cosby Show, just watching the Cosby Show, just watching the Cosby Show. Like I get home from work or whatever getting home from, and I just throw on the Cosby Show. I'm just watching the Cosby Show on DVD on my just consistently watching the Cosby Show. And after watching the Cosby Show, let me stop saying watching the Cosby Show. But after watching the Cosby Show, I I just started, man. I just really started realizing, like, yo, Cosby Show was actually it was dope. It's crazy that now we forgot about it now. Like, I look at shows now, like even shows. I'm not even talking about shows like Power. I'm talking about like sitcoms. Sitcoms now, not it can't even fuck with Cosby Show now. Ugh, that came out terrible. Sitcoms now cannot even fuck with the Cosby Show back then. Like, cause the Cosby Show is good. The Cosby Show is good. You got shows, of course, like Martin. I'm not really. Fresh Prince was good because of who it produced. But I'd be lying to you say I watched every episode of Fresh Prince. I watched Martin more. I was more of a Martin guy. But the Cosby Show is real good. And like the kind of stuff that it was pushing, like I didn't realize how much black shit was in the Cosby Show. Like it was heavily black, but it also had other elements in it too, which is not the point to bring up. But I'm just saying, it was so black that it's not even funny. Like it was just a lot of, and it was that's why, it's crazy me bringing this up. It just is like watching the Cosby Show. It just makes it shocking that he allegedly did all those things, but allegedly, well, I can't even say alleged no more because he got convicted. But then again, I don't. I wasn't there. It's three sides to every single story. It's his side, her side, and the truth. And we'll never be able to get the truth because we never heard Cosby talk. We always heard his lawyers talk, but you never really know what really happened. Like, it's too much shit involved in that it's just a little bit sketchy. Like it's deep. It's deep because it's like I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not, but I just know what conspiracy theorists would do. They would, and how deep you can find something to say, yeah, maybe he didn't do it. But then again, we don't know. Like you do, like imagine this, right? Somebody did some fucked up shit to you, and they did some fucked up shit to you. You tell somebody about it, and they go, "I don't believe." Huh? What do you mean? I'm not a lying person. Well, but then again, you never know, because somebody could be crying wolf, which I don't want to get into that. I don't really know. But I've been watching the Cosby Show, and watching the Cosby Show is just I love it even more. I just love it watching it now. Like as an older guy, I'm loving it. I'm just enjoying it. I'm laughing at little shit. It's funny, and I really am shocked at how much I've laughed at this show. Like, it's better than any Tyler Perry show or that well, fucking who watches sitcoms anymore? I'm realizing that now. No one watches sitcoms, but the Cosby Show is a classic show, and I didn't pay attention to how pro black it was, and now I realize it. But Cosby's always like, Cosby has always been pro black to the nth degree. He made sure he pushes out that like make sure he pushes out black excellence, and that's not a surprise. Like, I had showed my nephew this one video of Cosby, like breaking down racism, like breaking down like racism that coming from the media standpoint of how they do certain things. I don't remember the hold up. I mean, let me look it up real quick, because I'm not gonna sit up here talk like I know what it was, but I can't. All right, what it's called? Bill Cosby, Negro History Lost or Stolen, and he basically goes over. I'm telling you guys, if y'all guys want to see some stuff that you didn't probably, I mean, of course you probably know about it, but you really didn't know about it. He breaks it down to the nth degree. Like, he goes over about all the like artists, like even like people that you wouldn't never known stealing from the black culture, African culture. Like Pablo Picasso. It's like a lot of great artists that's been stealing from the black culture. He put that shit out on TV, like, and it's just him talking about all this, and it was just like breaking down blackface. It was some shit that it was like I had to show my nephew that, and I'm like, but Bill Cosby always has been a very pro black guy. He really was trying to push the culture forward, and it's crazy. Like, as much as he wanted to push the culture forward, it's the same culture that turned their back on him when he just said, "I don't understand." Bill Cosby said this. I'm gonna look this one up too, so I don't want to misquote somebody. But he did, like, the black culture. They kind of. I mean, I'm gonna just look it up before I say anything. Once again, I'm back. Okay, now I have the quotes, a couple of the quotes that he said. And he said a lot of shit, but so whenever he really made the black people mad, black community mad, he was like, "Let me tell you something. Your dirty laundry gets out of school at 2:30, and it's cursing and calling each other nigger. They're walking up and down the street, and it kind of just cuts off. Hold up. All right. They think they're hip. They can't read and write. They laughing and giggling, and they're going nowhere." He also said, "Stop beating your women. You got to stop beating up your women because you can't find a job because you didn't want to get an education. Now you're earning minimum wage. You should have thought more of yourself when you was in high school, when you had the opportunity." I don't know. But when he said those quotes, like, the black community really, like, was like, fuck that. But that's the little shit, because, like, Bill Cosby also used to, he didn't like Eddie Murphy. He didn't like D.L. Hughley, I guess, and he didn't like them because he didn't like their comedy, Which, looking back at Eddie Murphy's comedy, I never looked at Eddie Murphy as a top comedian, but I just think he was just hot. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, if you look at a Cosby special and you look at a Eddie Murphy special, Eddie Murphy has two. Cosby, before he got arrested, before he went to jail, he was still doing stand up to that day. And so, that's, I mean, I don't know. I think it was like criticism of the arts. That's what, and then so it kind of just made that look a little like he really just didn't fuck with the black community. But it's crazy. One thing I do notice though about Cosby is I have to stop talking about this. I'm thinking about this shit in my head. One thing I do notice about Bill Cosby is that, like, people who fuck with Bill Cosby. Like, if you look at how Eddie Griffin talk about Bill Cosby, he calls him Dr. Cosby. If you even look at how Damian Wayans talk about Bill Cosby, like, think about some of the like, as much people as he done helped. Well, whatever, I can't do that. I can't do this because I don't know who to believe, honestly. And I it's crazy. If somebody goes to jail, shouldn't you believe that they did that? I shouldn't have doubt in my head of that he may have did this or may have not. I shouldn't be talking about this. I'm telling you, this is not a good thing to talk about. But yet, I'm still talking about it. But it's just something I just been wondering about. I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know whose side to be on. I don't want to be on anybody's side, but I don't want to just say, all right, we're not gonna talk about Bill Cosby again. That's impossible for me not to do, because like, it's crazy how they wiped this man's legacy. They wiped his legacy clean. This man was an honorary chief in the Navy. Took that shit away from him. They took away degrees that they gave to this motherfucker. How? But you know what? They didn't give back the money. Didn't give back the money. And I know I shouldn't be talking about this, but yet somehow I am. Why do I keep talking about this? You know what? I just don't know why I keep talking about this. I just find it shocking that you can donate millions to schools, all right? And then for them to just say, you know what? We don't fuck with you no more. And keep all this money. Well, whatever. I'm gonna stop talking about this. I mean, but is there a case in point where you could separate the artist from the art? I like to hope so. I did. I did. I separate the artist from the art. Cause you know what's crazy is like, when you listen to certain shit, like it's like I'm pertaining to music, right? You may think, okay, this motherfucker's a dope individual, and then you meet the motherfucker, he really ain't shit. But it still don't make the fucking fact that his music is fire don't mean shit to me. His music is still fire. I'm gonna still fuck with him. His music, like case in point, you know, Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly's music still hits to this day. You know, still hits. Like whenever you hear when a woman's fed up, like you know where that came from. It came from the heart. Oh jeez, I'm digging myself in a hole on this one. Yeah. How do I get out of this one? Yeah. Oh man, I don't know how to get out of that one. Okay, I shouldn't. I don't know why every person I'm talking about is in jail for rape right now. But I don't know. I mean, it's just a little shocking that I'm talking about it right now, and it's just that I don't condone rape. I don't think if they did that shit, they belong in jail. Well, I think R. Kelly's more believable than Bill Cosby. Just being honest. I think I more believe that R. Kelly did this shit than Bill Cosby did this shit. But whatever, because you know there was a tape out of R. Kelly, so we know he did it. We actually have visible proof of R. Kelly doing that. We really don't have any proof of Bill Cosby, and all we go off on is cause like a lot of it's not like this shit happened yesterday or like weeks prior, or even this shit happened like 20 years ago. And then like out of all, like here's the thing, most of the women that testified against him, they all signed NDAs. Why the fuck would you sign it? You know, hold up. Stop talking about this. I have to stop talking about this. But it's so hard not to talk about it. I just wonder. And the reason why I'm wondering, because I'm watching the Cosby Show, and the Cosby Show is so good that it just makes me wonder. I'm watching the Cosby Show thinking like, I'm watching the Cosby Show, I'm like thinking, he couldn't have done it. I don't know if he did it, but after watching the Cosby Show, I go, you know, maybe he probably didn't do it. And it shouldn't be like that, but I don't know. I'm looking at it from a different perspective, and it's probably wrong with me, and I agree that me talking about this shit is wrong, but it's just bothering me, and it was just on my mind. Let me be honest with you, I didn't know what I was going to talk about when I got on this episode, and I don't know how I feel that I'm talking about this, but I feel like I have to talk about it. This is just bothering me. Like, no one really knows the truth. No one really knows the truth, but God, or whoever you believe in, Allah or Jehovah, yeah, whatever you fucking believe in, and no one really knows the truth. And it's, you know, they said that saying, only God can judge me. I think that should weigh a little bit, because humans judge. We judge harder than fucking God, you know. But hey, you know what? Do I have any more questions about the Bill Cosby situation that I always wonder too? I might as well just ask you, since I'm not talking to nobody. I'm talking to myself. These are thoughts in my head. I'm realizing this now. I'm having a conversation like I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself, because it's not like y'all guys are responding. But if y'all guys do respond, respond. I would like to hear people's thoughts on it. I just don't want nobody cursing me out, calling, saying mean names, hurting my feelings. Nah, shit, I don't give a fuck. Do what you do. Hurt my feelings. My feelings can't get hurt, but actually, it probably can. But well, you know what? It's just a lot of shit that I just be wondering about. Like, why is it wrong for me to play R. Kelly in a car full of women? Like, oh, ooh. Why is it wrong for me to fucking listen to R. Kelly? I wish whenever I'm going through something, like, because of what he did. That's not me. I'm not gonna do it. But music hit different. Music hit different. Like, it's a bunch of, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. Throw anybody else under the bus because I could, because it's like, it's so much fucked up shit. It's so much fucked up shit that you could talk about. It's so much fucked up shit. But I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just saying, it's just, I'm just, my ending point is I just didn't appreciate how, I don't like the fact that the Cosby Show was such a good show that now we have to forget about it. And it did so much for, like, honestly, you can learn how to be a fucking father from the Cosby Show. You can learn how to be a good mother from the Cosby Show. You can learn how to fucking raise you can learn how to raise a family from the Cosby Show. If you watch the Cosby Show, you can't tell me you will be a bad father. After watching the Cosby Show, you watch it, certain situations that had, how he handles it and how his wife handles it. You can't say, you know what? I'm a fuck up. Like, it makes you, like, you've never seen him hit his kids on the Cosby Show. I don't know how he is in real life, but I would think, I'm be honest with you, I would think, like, on the Cosby Show, that's what kind of father he is. Look, I think he was a good father on the Cosby Show. So it's hard for me to say. I don't know if I mean, actually, he is a good father, because if his kids never said anything bad about him, he's a good father. But I'm telling you, you can learn so much from the Cosby Show that that's why I don't appreciate it. That you can learn so much from the Cosby Show, and no one wants. We just can't accept the fact that he did all this shit, and we can't watch the show no more. And I know this sounds fucking crazy that I'm saying this shit. It sounds mind-boggling, but this is just how I feel. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Educate me why it's wrong. If I'm wrong, educate me. Tell me why I'm wrong. Explain why I'm wrong. Don't come at me all angry. Just educate me. I need to know. I know one person. If I'm wrong, I will get a call from fucking Battles real quick, and say some shit, and I just go, all right, you're right. I'll think about it, and then I'll accept it. But these are conversations that I would like to have with people. Once people, get a little bit more mature to have these conversations. But why can't? It was 2 years ago. He's about to get out. Like, he's actually coming close to getting out of jail. So why can't we have these conversations now? He did 3 years at fucking 81, and he's half blind. Can we now have these conversations, right? Because he's still suing these women that accused him. He's still suing them. Whatever. I just, the man's done a lot. For us to just act like he didn't do anything is mind-boggling. And I don't think maybe I'm speaking out of turn when I'm saying for us to act like, but I'm speaking out the black community. Let's be honest. Who was the positive father figures that you've seen on TV that had a fucking beautiful black family, had 5 kids, all black, and then lived their life properly, and then handled certain, had all kind of situations come up, taught you how to raise your kids? Like, who you have to look at? It damn sure wasn't Good Times. Let's be honest. Good Times was whatever. Good Times is a great show. I love Good Times, but Good Times or the Cosby Show, we know who. Come on. Like, they was a good family, but there'd be some situations of Good Times. You'd be like, yo, why the fuck? Come on. You gonna spend all the money for a party just because you think you about to get a promotion? And then when you don't get the promotion, you just say, damn. Come on, I can't do that. I can't. What do you want me to do? I can't. I can't fuck with that. Like, I don't know. I didn't think I wanted to watch that, but it was a good show. Good Times was a good show. Jefferson's was a good show. I know I'm missing a couple of shows. And I'm sorry that I am. But here's the thing. They don't talk about the Jeffersons like that. They don't talk about none of these older shows with sitcoms that was just like that came on TV all the time. It's just not relevant now. Like, think about it, right? I was watching an interview. Damon Wayans. You know Damon. Everybody knows Damon Wayans is. Damon Wayans is fucking a legend. He's a fucking legend. And when you think about Damon Wayans, you just think of so many great things. He's a fucking script writer. He's a fucking comedian, and he's a fucking actor. He does it all. Like the movies, like Mo Money, he wrote that shit. He didn't direct, but he wrote the shit. And that's the thing about when you put yourself on in that mindset. That's how it is, right? If like when Damon Wayans had said this shit, right? He said people nowadays whenever they do these little skits, and I'm not disrespecting nobody. I don't give a fuck if I'm disrespecting somebody. People who do these fucking like these little skits, like fucking these funny skits, right? It's good and all, right? But you need a fucking you need a light at the end. Like you need a fucking director. You need somebody to tell you that you need somebody with a vision. There we go. My fault. You need somebody with a vision, and you do need somebody with a vision. A lot of these motherfuckers now don't really have a vision of what they're gonna go, what they're putting out, how they're doing it. They just want to put out funny, right? But the thing about that is, it could get a little bit oversaturated. And I'd be lying to you if I'm saying it's not oversaturated. Now right now, people are looking for what can I do next to pop off, right now, because, and then next, because like once somebody start doing that shit, somebody else is gonna start doing it, and once somebody else start doing it, everybody's gonna start doing it. When everybody starts doing it, now you gotta find something else. It's gonna come to a point in time where it's not gonna be nothing. Well, I don't think it's not gonna be nothing, but it's gonna come to a point in time where, because shit passes. That's why fucking shit don't last that long. Like, think about it. These fucking Instagram comedians ain't fucking no. Where they at? Where they at? Think about it. Remember when Vine came out? You know how many people was on fucking Vine? You know how many motherfucking funny guys was on fucking Vine? Where they at now? They were when that shit got from 15 seconds to 30. They were like, well, I can't keep up with that one, huh? You're not that fucking funny, right? You're not funny for you can't be funny for 30 seconds. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough because you when you ride a wave, when you ride waves, how long is the actual wave in real life? It's not that fucking long. Like I've been to the beach. I've tried to ride a wave. It was like fucking 15 seconds. I got off the bitch because the water, I don't know, what do you call it, subsided, and it's just normal levels. When you ride a wave, you don't stay on that long. You never do. But when you create your wave, you got more ways to ride. You keep creating a wave, oof. You can ride each one you want to do. You're creating the shit. But I don't think people are looking at it like that. And like I look at that with music too. With music, I always wonder, right? If I'm a rapper and I'm talking shit too, I'm talking cash shit, right? Because I'm not a fucking rapper, and I'm talking shit like it's easy. But I think it's easy because it's in my mind. I think that shit's fucking easy. If I had the talent, if I can rap, which I probably can. I got a little 1-2 real quick. You ready? Hey, 5 G's on. Nah, I'm joking. But if I can rap really well, why would I not get into producing? Why would I not? It ain't no other option for me. Like, why would I not produce? I don't want to just be a fucking rap. Think about it. If I'm rapping on beats that everybody else is doing, why would I not want to fucking do my own beats? And how would I know? How would I be able to develop my own sound? Watching somebody, putting my trust into somebody that I don't know who has my best interest at heart. The only person who really has your best interest in your heart, other than your wife, if your wife, right, is you. So why not produce? Like, why the fuck won't you produce? And I'm not talking to nobody in general. I'm talking to all the fucking artists that raps but don't fucking produce their own music. Like, why not? It's now. Why not? Why not produce your own music? Because like, what's the difference between any of these producers? But you could tell somebody who put their time in on something that, like, it's producing and rapping his own shit, and it may not be good when you first hearing it, but you can see the progression when it got better. Like, what's that motherfucker name that white boy? Nah, that's politically incorrect. I can't call him white boy. That Caucasian male, Russ. He started off producing and rapping, and if you look at Russ now, I don't really listen to music like that, but he has good music, according to what people tell me. Um, he has good music. I actually like a song about him. What's that song called? Best on Earth. I like that song. So why not produce? You can get you can really start it because like what he did was he figured out his own style. Now when motherfuckers come up and say, "Hey yo, give me a Russ beat," he did the beat. That's his sound. He made the beat. You can't give a beat of my shit that I did it because you can't do it better than me because I did it myself. But hey, motherfuckers want to be lazy. I think I just look at that shit as laziness, honestly. And I sound fucked up saying this shit, but it gotta be said. Motherfuckers is lazy now. These motherfuckers don't want to put in that fucking work to really touch that excellent shit. Everybody talk about Mamba mentality, but when it's there, are you really gonna show that mentality? Like, I'm telling you, Teddy Atlas said this shit best, right? When you're not the guy that you say you are, you have a great job of recognizing who is, and you know that shit. When you think you the shit, and then the shit really shows up, you know yeah, motherfucker got it. That's the shit I always like realize that, and I don't like it. I don't like it, and it's I don't know what it is. I don't know how. But this is the shit that Cosby was talking about. Cosby didn't like this shit. I think Cosby saw this shit earlier. He just saw shit just started like he saw. I started realizing talent started dropping after when shit got easier. Talent level started dropping as shit got easier. Like from the 80s, if you made it in the 80s, you had to be talented. If you made it in the 80s and stayed relevant to like the 90s to the 2000s, you had to be talented. Think about all the people that made it in the 80s and 90s. They're talented. Think about who made it in 2010. Right? Who came out in 2010 and that's still here now? Let me just pause this real quick because I don't really know. All I'm saying is, alright, because I'm not finna look it up. I'll try looking it up, but that's kind of a broad question to ask Google. Who came out in 2010? And that's not even pertaining to music, but people who actually lasted from 2010, they had talent. They got talent that lasts. Their talent levels can, keep them sustained. And obviously, the knowledge of their knowledge levels is, had to rise up too. It wasn't like just some shit where they did and it just automatically like people. Talent speaks a lot, and also applying yourself too. People gotta apply themselves better. I hate seeing a motherfucker come up real quick and just fall off. I hate seeing that shit. That shit don't look good. When you see a motherfucker like, oh, he got a little potential, and then you see him drop off just as quick as he had the potential. I don't like seeing that shit. That's just terrible to see. But you see it so much, it's like kind of normal now, right? It's kind of normal. Like what happened to what's that motherfucker name? I can't remember his name because he wasn't that relevant. He wasn't that relevant. I think talent speaks. And I think Bill Cosby saw that shit from the jump, and he was like, I don't fuck with it. Like, think about it. When Bill Cosby came out, like when Bill Cosby came up, think about the motherfuckers he was really going with, like people of like I'm talking about the comedians, right? You got Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Sam Kinison, Bill Hicks. You got people who talent levels are really fucking up to par. So. And this is from the 80s, I think, but he didn't start in the 80s, but this is from the 80s of people that, but this is Bill Cosby's peers that he's watching, where Sinbad was there, Eddie Griffin, people he had around him, they all had something around them. You wasn't just around because you was pretty or you're kind of funny. Why? And I'm just up here rambling now. I just I just want them to free Bill Cosby. I'm just up here thinking. This is all thoughts in my head that I just be wondering about. I've always thought about this shit. Talking about it sometimes can help, but hey, it can help sometimes. But when it's just on your head, you just gotta let it out. And today's the day where I'm just letting it out. But I kind of understand what Bill Cosby was saying. Bill Cosby, like if you look at that video of Negro history stolen or lost, you would see why he was saying those things. Because he wanted us to be so better. Because he really wanted us to be better. He tried to push for us to be better. That's why he came out with the Cosby Show, because he didn't see no fucking shows that with a black family that wasn't fucking poor as shit and fucking took care of their shit and was a good family unit. And then like he didn't see that shit, so he made it. He made it. Like, so I just you know, I'm just wondering. I don't know where this is going, but so since I don't know where this is going, I might as well go and just end this shit here. Thank you guys for listening. I'll be back hopefully soon with another episode. And thank you guys. This is episode 12 of Untill I'm Famous. And stay up. Stay up, guys. Stay up. Actually, I'm not gonna end it yet. I got something else to say. If shit was easy, you would see more people doing it. Whatever path that you, okay, I'm sounding preachy. All right, now I'm really gonna end it. All right, I'm gonna end it now. All right, how did I end it the first? No, I think I said stay up. Stay up. All right, guys, stay up. And now this time I'm serious and I'm gonna end it. Stay up. But I'm gonna end it.